The diamonds are forever.
Hi everyone, I'm Pete Kelly from Radio Diamonds and welcome to highlights of AFC Rushden Diamonds against Eynesbury Rovers from the UCL Division 1 on Tuesday evening, only on AFCRDTV. This match was a real biggie, second against third in what had been billed as potentially a winner-takes-all match, and there were nerves right from the off. Although Diamonds had the first real opportunity there, a drive from Taylor being deflected over, really it was Eynesbury with the majority of the chances in the first half. Here Jake Newman had one opportunity that was perhaps Diamonds' best in the first period, but that went wide. And with Eynesbury's strikers coming more into the game, a slightly strange free kick was given for a challenge on Jack Whedon for Eynesbury. Gillingwater, the offending player, and then James Freshwater stood up and struck a wonderful shot into the top corner of the net. A free kick with power and precision. Diamonds 0, Eynesbury 1, and Diamonds were under the cosh for some of the first half there. A header from captain Darren Woodend for Eynesbury, rattling off the top side of the crossbar. And more opportunities came for Eynesbury. Diamonds eventually scrambling that particular corner away, and some were certainly relieved that it was only a 1-0 deficit at the break. AFC Rushden Diamonds 0, Eynesbury Rovers 1. On a very, very hard pitch, Diamonds were struggling really to play any attractive football on the deck, and they were having to resort to the long ball. It was from one of these long balls that Alfie Taylor managed to win a penalty from a fairly physical challenge. He stood up to take it himself after a long delay, but the Diamonds striker put his spot kick wide. That only Diamonds' second penalty of the season. And then Eynesbury had a further opportunity with big striker Lee Bassett for Eynesbury getting forward. Tom Cross with the clearance, and then Freshwater couldn't put in the rebound. That really was a let-off for the Diamonds. But Eynesbury were always in this one. Freshwater was at the centre of most things offensively. There Tom Cross scrambling to get in the way of that one. Aaron King got into the match much more for Diamonds in the second period. A great ball down the right-hand side. Alfie Taylor with the pull back. Into second half substitute Lance Allen, and the roar of relief as that one went in could be heard all around the ground. That goal coming in the 83rd minute after Diamonds were thinking that the promotion hunt was off. And then it got even better. 90 minutes plus 2. Sam Brown, one of the players of the season so far, decided to do this. A brilliant, a tremendous, an inspirational goal from one of the most consistent players of the season, sparking delirious scenes. This will surely be a moment that we all look back on with a smile on our faces when we review this season. However, this season there's been so many twists and turns, inevitably there had to be another one. A innocuous looking challenge from substitute Ben Morgan on Lee Bassett resulted in a penalty. Freshwater put it away. That equaliser coming in the 96th minute of play, and that finished off a wonderfully entertaining second half, and frankly a wonderfully entertaining match. AFC Rushden Diamonds 2, Eynesbury Rovers 2. Aaron King won man of the match. That one sponsored by AcclaimDriving.com. And now Diamonds have destiny in their own hands. 7 points from the next 3 games will do. I'm Pete Kelly for AFCRDTV.
Now on AFCRDTV, after an exciting match here at the Dog and Duck, it finishes AFC Rushden Diamonds 2, Eynesbury Rovers 2. We're with the manager now, Mark Starmer. Hardly know where to start, Starms, but gee, what an exciting game. I've got my game notes here, so I'll begin in the first half. Eynesbury came out rather playing a clinical match for sure. They're really quite a team to play, but Diamonds held their own and only gave up the 1 goal in the first half after a dubious call by the referee to give them a free kick, which Freshwater turned into a goal.
Yeah, I didn't see where the free kick came from, to be fair. So a bit disappointed with the free kick decision, but fair play to Freshy. I've seen him do that a few times, and it was a good strike. So fair play to him.
Diamonds, though, definitely kept their composure, and you played really great first half, kept it close and tight, and still trailing only 1-0 at the interval.
Yeah, we were, but I didn't feel we were anywhere near what we're capable of doing. I didn't think we kept the ball anywhere near good enough. I thought we played into their hands a little bit, just long ball. So I was a little bit disappointed at half-time. Yeah, we're still in the game, 1-0. Yeah, they hadn't created. They had a couple of chances from set pieces, but I was disappointed with our play in open place. So they got told at half-time. I thought the standards they've set the standards. We're nowhere near what they're capable of. So I was looking for an improvement second half, and 5 minutes to go, I'd have been happy with 1-1. So.
Well, I always like to ask the players what was the manager's mood at halftime. So I'll ask you, what were the players' mood at halftime?
A little bit frustrated, really, because I knew they hadn't done themselves justice, and at the end of the day, that's all I ask of them. Is to, they can look at themselves and say, yeah, I've done my best, and if that's good enough, it's good enough. If it's not, it's not. But they were nowhere near the best. They weren't in the game. They weren't influencing the game enough. They weren't in possession of the ball. They never kept the composure at all, and it was a little bit frustrating all round, to be fair. And it had to improve the second half, and it did. It did improve.
Well, it sure did. We had a lot of talking points in the second half of play. I'll begin, though, with Alfie Taylor taking a penalty shot in the 61st minute. I guess his over-exuberance, the ball goes wide left, and it looked like it was just going all against Diamonds at that point because we still trailed 1-0.
Yeah, he don't miss many. To be fair to Alfie, he doesn't miss many. He's confident lad in front of, from the 12-yard spot. So surprising that he missed it, but he did. I ain't going to dwell on that. It happens. But what I will say is what a great decision it was for the equaliser. He kept his cool, kept his composure, and set a beautiful ball across for Lance. So I'm happy with that.
Lance Allen, can we call him super sub now? But that was a great cross by Alfie, and then Lance definitely put the ball in the net.
Yeah, no, it was a good move, good finish, and deserved. I think you've got to say it was deserved, and fully justified.
And I think we now have another nomination for goal of the season, Sam Brown in the 92nd minute. And all of a sudden now Diamonds are winning at that point, 2-1. What about Sam's goal?
Yeah, a bit special, wasn't it? It was, I think, just topped off 5 minutes of madness, if you like. And, yeah, it was. It'd have been a worthy winner, should we say. Whether we deserved it over the 90 minutes is debatable, but I'd have certainly took it. So, and to run 45, 50 yards down the touchline to celebrate with them, I'd have certainly took it.
And then definitely a harsh call there in the 5th added minute. I might get in trouble for saying the UCL hierarchy, maybe wanting to make it a close race at the end of the season, because all of a sudden they award them a penalty kick, and literally on the almost last touch of the game, Freshwater is spot on from the penalty spot.
Yeah, it was surprising, very surprising. Their management couldn't believe it. So, yeah, for him to give it, he looked determined to give it. And we just get used to it, don't we? But at the end of the day, I'd have took a point with 5 minutes to go. I'd have took a point. So it's just harsh again. As you've had OB here, and the refs killed us for that. And yet we've dominated the game. You've had Sylvie here equalising in the last couple of minutes with a deflected shot. And again tonight, that's 6 points that would put us well clear. And but it isn't, and we keep going. I'm not going to criticise anyone, in terms of where we are. We just got to keep going. We've got 3 games left, and 9 points would be good enough.
Well, this one felt like El Clasico here this evening. Great atmosphere, almost 760 fans in attendance. Dog and Duck, really good place to play here for Diamonds. Yeah,
it's fantastic. The sport's superb. Kept going. But they've been all season, to be fair, and I'm sure they will be for the remaining 3 games. And we'll keep doing our bit. We'll keep trying to win games, and hopefully we can all be celebrating as quickly as possible, because we need to get it wrapped up as quick as.
Righto. Well, good luck against Potton on Saturday afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Here I am with Lance Allen, Sam Brown, and Chris Hope following AFC Rushden and Diamonds 2-2 draw with Eynesbury Rovers. but the scoreline only tells it half the story. Would you like to give us your thoughts, lads?
Yeah, I think it was a funny sort of game really. I think first half there was a lot of nerves about. It was quite quiet round the whole ground. To be fair, I think everyone was sort of on a bit of a tender hooks, and we battled hard, but we didn't play particularly well. But I thought second half we sort of stamped our authority on the game and played really well, and I think we deserved, to win the game in the end. Eynesbury, a good team, they're one of the best teams we've played this year, and credit to them, like they're on a good run as well, and they're not going to give it up. But the way it finished, very disappointing.
Sam?
Yeah, much the same. I thought we were sloppy first half, and the management team gave us a bit of what for at half time, which is rightly so. I think second half we definitely upped our game, put them under a lot of pressure, and deserved the goal. But obviously it weren't meant to be, but it's still in our hands, I suppose.
Yeah. Lance, you had a bit of different view coming on as a sub.
Yeah, first half didn't look very good from the sideline, but
Didn't look very good from up here, to be honest.
true. But Stam told me to come on, just try and bully the centre backs a bit, put it about, and then but good little run from Alfie in the corner to pull it back, and I just slide it in. To be fair, but disappointed as all.
Is that the loudest cheer you've ever heard when you scored a goal?
Yeah, I think so. Enjoyable. It was enjoyable.
And Sam, you whipped in. We won your first goal of the season, and John hates you because he's going to have to do the goal of the season reel again.
Yeah, it was. Well, it weren't the best ball by myself, to be fair. I was trying to slot Lance in, but it just sort of broke to me, and just just hit it and it went in. But a bit scary when I look up and see Starms and Biff sort of heading towards my direction. Weren't really sure what was going on, but yeah, it was a good feeling, and yeah, I was gutted. I think, like everyone is, not to get the 3 points.
And Chris, I think you were actually on the halfway line for both of these and not heading it across the goal like I got last time. What was your view of them?
Yeah, well, actually, the first one, I just got the call for Starms to go, so I was on my way up front, and let's say Alfie's got and to be fair to Lance, it was a cracking finish because the pitch looks good, but it's very dry and bobbly, and the way he controlled it and just slotted it in, I thought it was an excellent finish, really good, and I think like I said, I think we deserved it from then, and it gave us the impetus there to go on and maybe get another goal, which we did. I mean, Sam, it was a fantastic strike. I mean, it was. Stood at the back, and at first he's had a bad touch and you're thinking, oh God, and then he's, to be fair to the lad, he hasn't stopped, he's reacted, he's gone through, and it's a wonderful strike, and I'm pleased for him because he deserves his goal. He's been close a couple of times and he's set up a lot of chances for us, so two cracking finishes really, and like the lad said, it's in our hands still now. We've got 3 tough games, make no mistake about it. We've got to be right, and we've got to play like we did the second half in them 3 games coming up. But it's in our hands, and that's how we want it to be at the end of the day, really. So just got to go on from there.
And Sam, be fair to say that it was almost your second touch was a tackle.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember that far back, to be fair, but I don't know. It worked in the end, I suppose.
So we, as you said, it was a struggle. First of all, did you get frustrated by their time-wasting tactics?
Well, that's football, isn't it? I mean, if we're winning, we'll do the same thing. So you do get frustrated, but then, sometimes, the boot's on the other foot, and we're in that position. So, that's just football in general. If we're winning, we're going to take the heat out of the game exactly like they did, really. So, but I think the one thing that comes out of a lot of the games recently, against the top teams is our composure. We haven't panicked. We went a goal down, 1-0 down, and we knew that we've got enough in the squad to come back from it. And like I say, the lads coming off the bench made an impact, and we've gone on and we've got a point out of it at the end. We would have liked the 3, but it's in our hands.
Yeah, and we've seen that before this season, the never say die attitude, where we seem to be out of the game for long periods of time, nick a goal, and then go on and score another one.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, even first half, even though we didn't play particularly great, I thought, we were in their half a lot more than they were in ours. I mean, to be fair to Freshie Light, obviously ex-Rushden lad, he's a great free kick. Debatable whether it was a foul or not, but you know, just probably our final pass, our final ball wasn't great, but it was all us. And then I think second half probably the same. You know, they didn't really have too many forays forward to threaten our goal. You know, but credit to them. You know, they defended well at times, but over the 90 minutes, I think we deserved to come out on top, but it wasn't to be. And it just shows what a good team Eynesbury are. They don't give up to the end, and you know, we got a decision against us at the end, which was again, you know, debatable, but you know, just got to get on with it.
And Lance, you've got a fantastic minutes to goals ratio. Do you sit there like my kids do in the matches I coach saying, when am I going on, when am I going on, when am I going on?
Yeah, sometimes. It's frustrating, but obviously Alfie and Jake are scoring goals, so when I get my opportunity I'll come on and try and score, make an impact.
And Chris, asked you final question. Looking back to August, if you'd have been given the choice of it being in our own hands with 3 games to go, would you have taken that?
Of course we would. You know, you'd take that at the end of at the start of the season. So you know, it's been an adventure for everyone, really. You know, like I said, it's the club's come such a long way in such a short period of time. A lot of people put a lot of hard work into the club, and you can't just sort of throw a team together and expect it just to go out and win every game. You know, you're going to have. And it's proven. We've had lads who came in at pre-season who've left the club, and we've brought other lads in who've improved the squad. And you look at the squad now, I think we've got a good squad of players that are going to do well. So it was never going to be easy. And also with the, you know, AFC Rushden and Diamond's name, everyone's going to be, you know, everyone wants to beat us. You know, which is good for us really, because we know that we have to be, you know, 100%, otherwise we're going to get turned over. So, and it proves, I think, we're 20 games unbeaten now. We've just got to make it 23. You know, hopefully we can have 3 wins and finish it off.
Brilliant. Well, it's 10:10. You've had an emotional hour and a half, so have we. Thanks very much for taking the time out to speak to us, and we look forward to seeing you all again on Saturday.
Yeah.